I used to deal with gold, silver, diamonds, transport it all around England, Liverpool, Leeds, Manchester, Leeds, Leicester, all around the gaff. I was an enforcer, that was my job. And I used to go up there and once, twice a week. And if people never paid the money, I would give them the consequences. And they knew the consequences. Go away, come back, and sometimes you find them, I was stapled to the floor or stapled to the wall, and obviously I would get the blame for that, but I'm not involved. And to do so many ones of them days, you had to be a bit lively, because one of the worst nicks in the country, they kill you there, you know what I mean? Jimmy had a fight with Colin Cracknell. Colin Cracknell beat him. Then he come down later on and bit Colin's ear off, jumped off a motor, bit his ear off, yeah? But he stabbed me 3 times in the back, yeah? With these knitting needles, yeah? Stabbed me 3 times in the back. And they got hold of a 14-year-old girl, yeah? And they've done certain things to her, raped her, but they've done certain things to her and give her really bad diseases. They tried to kill her, they choked her, but she survived, yeah? He's come through, I've done him with the hot water. Now I'm getting him, I'm smashing his head against the urinal, but you're going to get down with attempted murder. I said, listen, it wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about, Martin, yeah? But he grasped me up, yeah? So as he come through the door, no, it's either me or him. He's going to try and kill me. I've got to try and kill him.
Today we have the highly respected Ray Hill, who has served a ridiculous amount of time in prison, almost 3 decades, IPP, 27 years to be precise. So he's got a hell of a lot of stories, and he's also got a YouTube channel called Bang Bang Ray Hill. The link to his YouTube channel will be at the top of the description box. So if you want more of Ray's stories, I urge people to go down there, subscribe, and check out the stories on his channel. Now, he's got, years and years of history with London gangsters, including the Craze, Howard Marks, some names we can't even mention. And we're going to start out today then.
We can mention it's a company in North London, big company in North London. That'd be a best way around it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Really.
Okay, go on then.
Yeah, so I worked with a company in North London for 8 years?
Yeah.
And I was working with Mickey Gooch. I say his name, Mickey Gooch. He was their best mates. I used to deal with gold, silver, diamonds, transport it all around England, Liverpool, Leeds, Manchester, Leeds, Leicester, all around the gaff. And we used to go out there by motorbikes.
Yeah.
And come back by motorbikes. Yeah, and what it was about, I was an enforcer. That was my job. And I used to go up there and once, twice a week. And if people never paid the money, I would give them the consequences. And they knew the consequences. And go away, come back, and sometimes you find them, I was stapled to the floor or stapled to the wall, and obviously I would get the blame for that, but I'm not involved. It's not my scene. I just give them the consequences.
Was your presence a deterrent enough sometimes? We've had some enforcers and they've said, I just show up, and quite often I just negotiate and they see me there and then they back down.
It's not, yeah. People, it's people with that sort of money that owe like 100 grand, 200 grand, and they only want to pay X amount of money. The enforce to come across as the enforcer, it's a lot. It's not so. People don't want to pay the money. They want to pay it in bits and pieces. We don't want to be paid in bits and pieces. We want to pay it in one big whack. Yeah. So it's the consequences. And I say later on, a day later, they found stapled to the floor or stapled to the wall. We get the blame for it, but it's not us. And that's how it is. And then they pay. And after that, we used to get paid easy. It was the payers. And that was my game. I was the enforcer.
So word spreads then that could possibly happen, and then everybody pays once it's happened to a couple of them.
Examples have been made. Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah, big money. Money. I'm not on about little money. I'm on about big money.
Yeah,
and the people that I work with, this company I work with, they didn't muck about.
Yeah.
They didn't muck about.
All right. So we've gripped people then with, what you're about. Let's go back to what it was like for you growing up. Where was that at?
I lived in Acton. I was with my mum had one boy, one girl, Dinah, my sister, Keith, my brother, and it was me. But there was another two that would come later on in life. I was a little bit of a boy, like always mucking about, always driving my mum mad. You know what I mean? So she couldn't really cope with me, But she used to put me with a brother, and his wife's brother was a paedophile, a known paedophile. But we didn't know at that time. Yeah, my mum didn't know. My mum wasn't told, and I used to go up in the room and he used to play with me in bits and pieces like that. And one day, I've been doing things with him for about 6 months, and nothing really happened. It was, it is with kids. Kids think it's right, and it's told not to tell mum. And one day, my mum was on a trolley bus. This is early in the 60s, on a trolley bus, and I sat on the lap, and she went mad. She pushed me off her lap. You little dirty little F. Pushed me off, and there was all blood all over her dress, and he'd penetrated me. He'd penetrated me, and he got nicked. My mum's brother was a police officer. The other brother, he got put away for 7 years. From that day, that ruined my life. I was only 5, and then obviously I went a bit crazy. My mum then realised something bigger happened, because I kept crying at night times, this, that, and the other, and he'd split me from the anus to my genitals. Yeah, he split me up bad. Yeah, and so that's where all the blood was coming from. Mum had cleaned me up, but didn't realise it was that bad. And then my mum was going mad at school, kept fighting at school, infant school, fighting. Coming home, fighting with my brother and sisters, and my mum couldn't cope. Put me in a coal. I was going to a coal shed, and she eventually had to put me in a home because she had another child coming. Put me in a home, and this home in Wales they put me in what happened in Wales is like broke my heart. You know what I mean? Because they used to have dormitories there, yeah, boys and girls, but mostly boys. And they used to come in and take the kids out. When I was there, I used to see them take the kids out and don't know where they went, yeah. And the kids would be crying. And one day they come and got me, took me downstairs to a basement, and there was all rooms in the basement. And people would come in and sexually abuse me. It went on for about 6 to 18 months, yeah.
Jesus.
And when I come back home to my mum, I sort of explained to my mum, but she didn't really believe me that much because of what happened before. She mollycoddled me. She thought I was playing a game to be loved again, mollycoddled. But when I was about 50, I come out of prison, and we was watching television. It come on the television about that happened in Wales, and I started crying. My mum, and then my mum knew what had happened. But they've since been in touch with me, people, for me to do something about it. But come on, it was a long time ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've had a few people on who've talked about these care homes back in the day and the horrendous things that were happening.
Mate, bad. I mean, it was
what years was that approximately?
I was born in 51, about 56, 57.
Yeah.
And it was just one of the things that happened, you know what I mean?
It's like they could get away with anything.
Yeah, they was getting away. So it only come out in the 80s, 80s, 90s, it come out about the home. And now well-to-do people, not people. There wasn't never any black guys there, black people. It was all white people, and very posh, very posh, very well spoken. Yeah. And being a kid, you don't know it's right or don't. Of course, it's wrong. Then because you know about it, but what can you do about it?
Yeah. So how did you put your head together after that, or was it scrambled?
No, this what ruined my life. I mean, all my family's straight, police officers, security guards. All my family's straight. I'm the only one black sheep of the family, and I'm a bad black sheep. And from the age when I come back out of the home and all that, and went back home, I was 6, 7 years of age. And then it started. I was fighting at school. Never stopped fighting. Always fighting. Never at school. My mum should go up and get expelled, suspended from school all the time, and just couldn't cope. I mean, and I go over the fair. And fight over the fair. And I mean, when you're 12, 13 years of age, I mean, me and my mates started robbing, yeah. We started doing shops and all that, going through the windows. We'd done a post office in Acton, only 13, 14 years of age, jumped over the counter. The counter was only a little bit of glass. jumped over there, got all the money off out the big wooden drawers. There was some big wooden drawers them days. I don't suppose you remember that, do you?
No.
How old are you, 45? 40?
Well, like that. 52.
Well, I don't, you look young, you know what I mean?
Thanks.
But what I'm saying, you know what I mean? But in them days, it was like just open drawers, all the drawers open, the money's there, £5, £10, no £20 notes, no £50 notes, pound notes, £5 and tens, you know? And that sort of started me all off, you know? That sort of started all my villainy and crime. And then I went to Borstal.
So you got arrested for that, did you?
No.
What was it you got arrested for?
I got arrested for a Borstal. We done a, what it was, I was always doing bits and pieces, like a bit of villainy. We done a few shops. We nicked a car, done a few shops. We got pulled up in a car. I was put in that Ashford remand prison for X amount, 18 months, I think it was, remand. Come out. In them days, the sentence, when you got put away in prison, that didn't count. Remand never counted. It only counts when you get sentenced, yeah? So you can do 18 months away, and that doesn't count.
Oh, terrible,
no, it does. No, it does. But in them days, it didn't, yeah?
Yeah.
So I got a Borstal, 6 to 2 Borstal, 6 months to 2 years in Portland, Borstal. Portland, Borstal was the worst Borstal you could go to.
How old were you going in, and what was your first day like?
I was, 15, 16, Portland, Borstal. I mean, that was really, really hard. Portland, Borstal was really hard. I mean, I've seen things in there. I mean, I've seen lots of things as a kid, a lot of violence. But when I was in Portland, Borstal, I see these kids having a row, and then they got hold of the kid in the showers with toothbrushes, with razor blades in. They chopped the razor blade in half, melt it down, put it into the toothbrush, and cut him to pieces. You know what I mean? And I thought, fucking hell, sorry. Then I thought, what's going on here? You know what I mean? And that's how my life really, really started then, and that was it. And then I come out of there, and I come out of my Borstal. I've done 2 years, 4 months. I got a recall, tried to escape from there. Everybody was trying to escape from the Borstal. And then I went back to prison and got a YP.
In the Borstal, how did you fit in?
Yeah, I was good. I mean, I never been, how can I say, I didn't really frighten me. Any prison sentence, Borstal didn't frighten me, you know what I mean? I done the remand, 18 months remand. I see what goes on in remand prisons. I see how it is. It's not like it is today. It's like them days, it was like just a cup, horsehair mattress, horsehair pillow, a corner unit, and that was it, you know what I mean? And it was hard. You saw bunny hops everywhere, up and down the landings. Yeah, I loved it, man. I loved it. It was easy for me because I was very, very fit. And then Borstal was the same.
Was it run by like ex-military, and the idea is, keep them active?
Do you know what? Borstal, yeah, they don't wear uniforms. I didn't wear uniforms. They only wear civic clothes. Obviously, that's the uniform, but in Borstal, you get PT every morning, yeah, for an hour and a half. And so when you go in there, that's why they stopped Borstal, because people was coming out of Borstal, military trained, you know. And so they was going and doing armed robberies, and they were so fit and so military trained, it was easy for them, you know what I mean? That's why they stopped it, yeah. And it was easy. It was a military trained, you're training every day. Yeah, I mean, come on, you're really, really 100% fit, and that's what happens. It's I went into armed robberies. I went into armed robberies, and that's when I got my YP.
Have you always been into your fitness?
Yeah, always from an early age, from a kid, early age, fighting, boxing, keep myself really, really fit. Yeah, really fit. Always running 10 miles, 8 miles, 5 miles a day. Just fighting, just regular thing. And that's why I got my name. Name's a fight. I was fighting 24/7, mate, really.
After the Borstal, where did you live?
I live in Acton.
Back to Acton.
Acton, and then we've always lived in Acton.
Yeah.
Always, yeah. Always. And, then my mum got a transfer to a big house. My mum had nothing. My mum got remarried again to a Bob, this geezer Bob. My father died when I was 1.
He died when you were 1?
1 year of age, yeah.
What were the circumstances that he died?
Pleurisy, the lungs. His lungs fell up. He filled up with water or whatever it is. In them days, they couldn't help no one out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was a coach builder, filled all his lungs with paint and bits and pieces, his lungs.
So you were so young, you probably got no memories of him? None
at all. Or my mum, I remember my mum used to tell me as a kid, good memories that Dad used to bash my mum up really bad because in them days it was one of them things, yeah. But if he'd have been alive, if he'd been alive today, I'd have killed him, but he wouldn't have been around for 40, 50 years of age, you know what I mean? I'd have killed him stone dead. You can't have my mum, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't do that.
So you get out of Borstal, you're back in Acton.
Yeah.
Bigger house. What's going through your head at this stage?
Do you know what? I got a job down in market, down in fruit market. I went down there one day and I got a job as a night porter. I was only 15, 16, young kid. Went into the market, gave me a job at a place called Northside in the fruit market. I don't even remember Brentford Market, do you? No, it's a big market. It's like Covent Garden, same sort of thing, Barras.
Yeah.
All them sort of things. A closed market, you know.
You familiar with that one, James?
No, it's massive, big closed market, you know. I mean, it was right by Brentford. They got all the swimming pool now. It's massive. It used to be massive in there, yeah. And there was Strawberry Road, Block 1, Block 2, Block 3 and all that. And yeah, I went in there one night and I got this job and I had to unload all of the lorries. But as I went there, all the stuff had been put outside the stands, yeah. So I went opened the stand up and the guy jumps out of the motor, Colin Cracknell, yeah. Well, Colin Cracknell was one of the governors of the market, yeah. Good boxer, mate. Good fighter. Could really have a fight, you know. Jumped out of the motor. What you doing? But not in them words. He's wanting to go at me. And I said, look, I'm the new night porter. I was only a kid. So he said, well, everything was outside. You've got to go inside, yeah? Right? And don't put too much stuff outside to show the greengrocers. We don't want to put it all back in, yeah? Okay? He said, and anything you nick from around the market, we'll buy it off you. I went, okay, sweet. Anyway, and then there's two guys in there, Johnny Wills, Ray Wills, what nights with me on the other stands. We just decided to do the foreign motors when it's coming, the big foreign motors, yeah, the great big ones. So I used to have a knack at undoing the back without setting the alarm off, yeah. So we used to take it with the barrels. We had things called a lister. You know what a lister is?
No.
You'd start them up like, and you drive them about. They've got a big back on them. You load all the stuff up in the back. You know what a lister is, yeah? No, anyway. So we've got barrows, big barrows, the big, you know the barrows, don't you? Yeah. The big, with the big wheels, yeah? We've got them. We used to get the lorries, load up all the stuff, apples, oranges, pears, and sell it to the greengrocers, you know what I mean? But I loved the job. But me and Colin used to fight all the time in the market. We had one glove on his hand, one bad glove on that hand, yeah? And we used to fight. And I was to get my face smashed to pieces, you know what I mean? But I was learning all the time. And in the end, me and Colin, it goes on a bit, so another two, the story was a bit on a bit, you know, but, and then Colin had a fight with a guy called Jimmy Wilkinson. And he was involved with the Wembley Bank with Bertie Smalls. You know, remember Bertie Smalls? Remember Bertie Smalls? Yeah, Bertie Smalls was the first Supergrass, yeah?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, anyway, he done the Wembley lot. Well, Jimmy Wilkinson was one of that lot, yeah, but this is before they got nicked. Jimmy had a fight with Colin Cracknell. Colin Cracknell beat him. Then he come down later on and bit Colin's ear off, jumped off a motor, bit his ear off, yeah? But Colin bashed him up again. And anyway, I was with Colin for ages, learning fighting and all this that and the other, going down all the boxing clubs. And I was over Handwall, where Jimmy Wilkinson lived around that area. Jimmy's got to me, what the fuck are you doing with that Colin Cracknell? I said, listen, I work with him. We work together, we nick things together, we earn lots of money together. I said, why shouldn't I be with him? You know what I mean? He went, don't be with him. I said, listen, that's my business. But this guy's going to have a fight. But he stabbed me 3 times in the back, yeah? With these knitting needles, yeah? Stabbed me 3 times in the back. Then when he come back down the market, I was in hospital for about a week, yeah? But when he come back down the market, I jumped off the thing and nicked because of a big hammer. So I won that day, yeah? And from there, it was all down to villainy. I met a guy called Martin Worsfold, who worked in the market with me. There was about 20 people in the market that were gangsters, proper gangsters, you know what I mean? Proper gangsters, yeah? And I worked with one called Martin Worsfold. And we bought a lorry, yeah, to take the oranges and stuff and all that, different greengrocer shops. And we decided to start doing a bit of villainy, yeah? So one day we went down to Queensway, and someone told us about this guy that's got lots of gold. Yeah, lots of gold. So I went, oh, lovely. So, but we had to make it look like we was working with a lorry. So we knocked on a few doors. I knocked on his door, and this guy happened to be a bar student. You know what a bar student is. He made it sort of busy. He phoned the police and said there's a couple of guys driving around here, look a bit naughty. So anyway, so I went to the house where this guy was supposed to have the gold. Knocked at the door, couldn't get in. He had two big Bannon locks on the door. So I got the crowbar. I'm trying to crowbar the door off to get in there. And all of a sudden the police pulled up outside. There's a big walkway, big driveway to it. I see him jump, got on my mate Martin, fire him in the back of the motor, back of the van. But my mate Martin could have a right fight. He's a massive arms, powerful guy who was working a potato firm, yeah, in the market. And I see him jump out the back of the van. Right, he must have bashed the old bill up, jump out the back of the van. But one's now run up the driveway towards me. So I thought I jumped over the wall, scaled between the wall and the garage. But I was panicking. Well, I should have gone straight on to get out. I panicked between, so I couldn't get to the other end of the wall. I got to the wall, couldn't pick myself up. It was 10 foot high. So I come back, and the police officer got on me around the thing, and he went to punch me. I pulled back. I just about was going to turn professional. Yeah, I let him have it. I'll give him a right hand, left hook. He went on the floor, and I wouldn't start hitting him. Yeah, I smashed his palate in his mouth, split his palate right back, broke his nose, fractured his jaw. And I went home, yeah. But Martin grasped me up to the police. So they come to me and got me, yeah. They took me back to Harrow Police Station. But at first they took me to Paddington Police Station. You know Paddington Police Station?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's the terrorist place, anyway. They took me downstairs to the cells, and they wanted to really like oblige me, yeah. So I went over to big, in them days they had big wooden tables, yeah. Not now, I've got metal tables, but big wooden tables with big wooden legs. I got away quick and smashed the table, took the leg out and said, well, come on in, we'll have something. And the sergeant said, no, leave him alone. He's in enough trouble. You know what I mean? It looks like he's done for attempted murder on a police officer. Well, he's hit him with a paving slab. I never hit anybody with my life with anything. You know what I mean? They said I hit him with a paving slab. So anyway, they took me to Harrow Police Station. Harrow Police Station, I'm in Harrow Police Station. This guy called Inspector Treen, I'll never forget this geezer, mate. He come into my cell, he sat next to me, and I said, go away, you breath stink. But anyway, pushed him away. He said, you're in trouble. He said, you're going to get a lot of bird, mate. He said, you nearly killed this police officer. I said, no, not me, mate, not guilty. No one's seen me. I mean, the police officer that's seen me, he's really bad. I mean, there's no statements being made at this time, right? But they come and got me because they grasped me up, yeah. So I said, "Listen, no comment." And then they kept sticking their head through the thing and saying, "Right, we're going to come and fucking sort you out." I said, "Whatever you want to do, come in." Then I got Martin, the one that who grasped me up, shouting out, "Ray, Ray!" I go, "Who's that?" He says, "Martin." I said, "Oh, Martin, what are you doing down there? What are you doing there, mate?" He went, "Don't worry about what I'm doing here. You nearly killed this police officer, mate. You're going to get down with attempted murder." I said, "Listen, it wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about, Martin, yeah? But he grasped me up, yeah? And then we were on remand. Me and Martin had a right bad fight in remand. He got bail. I didn't get bail, yeah? When we eventually went to court, to the Old Bailey, I was in front of a judge called Griffiths Jones, yeah? There was a load of judges at the Bailey. Miskin, Mason, Argyle, Melfi Stevens, Griffiths Jones was the worst one, the one I had, yeah? And, he really gave it to me in court. He said to the jury, look, this man hit this man with the paving slab. There's no blood on the paving slab, but there's a blood on this lump of concrete, we believe, that's come off the paving slab in contact, yeah? So I got a guilty, right? So Martin got 5 years. I thought it was 21 years. I got 18 years, yeah? They give me 18. I thought it was 21 years. I got 18 years, yeah? I've got 18 years. Well, I was in bits, you know what I mean? We went back to...
How old were you at this point?
18, 19, 18, 19.
And how much of the 18 would you have to serve?
Well, we went up an appeal. We went up an appeal. The first, well, in them days, it was, as I say, if you done remand, that remand never come off your sentence. It never come off your sentence, right? So we done about 16, 17 months remand. I'm going up an appeal. Martin, he got free off in his appeal, so he's only got to do 2 years now. Yeah,
That's the snitch.
it's a snitch. Well, that's why he got what he got. Then I went up an appeal on the first judge. Usually, got an appeal in them days. It was like not different to what it is now. But in them days, when you're up in front of the first judge, he can take something off your sentence if he feels it's just the sentence was unjust to give you that sentence for what he did, or they can increase your sentence and not send it to the second judge. But because of that, they cut my sentence down to 14 years. Yeah, but give me the power to go to the three judges. Yeah. So it took me nearly 3 years to go to the three judges. Yeah. So I'm now doing I think I was doing 15 years, something like that. I was doing 14 years. And then I got it cut down to a 9. In the end, I got it cut down to a 9-year sentence. And then, I went from there to C Wing. I got 9 years. Martin's now gone to another nick. He's getting released, more or less straight release now. He's finished his sentence, yeah. I've got 9 years. They put me into a wing called C Wing. I've already done my YP. I've done the Borstal. I missed the YP out, but I shouldn't have missed it out anyway. But I missed the YP out, the YP, and when I got to C Wing, I went up. They put me in a cell with two guys, me being the third one. Yeah. Anyway, it was okay. There was a nice people. Yeah. And anyway, the next day I had to go downstairs, sit on a chair, and they give you your EDR or your LDR, your longest day release or your earliest day release. And it's a long time, you know what I mean? You just got 9 years, you know what I mean? In them days, you do 2/3 of it. Now you do half, yeah? So I've got to do 6 years and a bit or whatever it is, yeah? So as I'm coming out of the office after giving me what I've done, a screw got hold of me and went, come here, come have a chat. I said, what's up? He said, are you still as bad as what you was? Because I was a bit of a bad boy as my Borstal, bad in my YP. I was a young prisoner. I said, well, what do you mean by that? He said, look, let's explain something to you. What's it like in the morning, the water? Tell me what the water's like in the morning when it comes out. The first ones to get let out, yeah, the water is white hot. It can take the skin off your hand. Honestly, it's white hot, yeah? I said, yeah, it's white hot. It's bad. Why? What's up? He said, there's two Indians, I'm allowed to say this, yeah? He said, there's two Indians, Sri Lankans they was, and they got hold of a 14-year-old girl, yeah? And they've done certain things to her, raped her, but they've done certain things to her and give her really bad diseases. They tried to kill her, they choked her, but she survived, yeah? I think one got a 12, one got an 8 and one got a 12, yeah? He said, one's on the 4s and there's one on the 3s, yeah? He said, look, do you fancy it? I said, was it well? He said, look, we'll look after you if anything happens. I said, okay. So in the morning, what happened that night, I'm playing cards in the cell with these guys. One of the guy, I fancied me anyway, because I was a big lump, and he put a heart on the back of my shirt, yeah? Drew his heart on the back of my shirt. So in the morning, when they come and unlocked me, I rushed upstairs to the 4s, and in the recess, by the slop out thing, the urinal, there was that bowls. I picked the bowl up, one of the bowls, filled up with this water's scalding, yeah? Steam everywhere, filled it up. Now I'm waiting for this Indian to come through. I know the Indian. I say, show me the Indian. They point the Indian out to me. He's come through. I've done him with the hot water. Now I'm getting him. I'm smashing his head against the urinal. But being that I've done a bit of bird, I realised it wouldn't be too hard to kill this guy by smashing his head against the urinal, because they're marble. And anyway, what I done, I put him on the floor, knocked him out, pulled his trousers down, and I smashed, trod all over his balls, all over his. Sorry about that, but I smashed him, flattened everything, yeah. And then I run out, the people that he was with must have seen the heart on the back of my shirt. Nothing was said there and then. The screws know that's going on. They're the ones that's organised all this. So when I come down, then I do my slop out. I do all this, that, and the other. I have a breakfast. Then it's exercise, yeah. So Screw comes in and says, "Listen, freeze. Yep, where the other in is, and you and the twos are going to exercise, right? So he'd be walking around the exercise yard, but you can't hit him on the exercise yard. It's up to you how you're going to do it, right? But on the exercise yards, there's toilets. This mate, God up there, yeah. I'm telling you something. God up there, yeah. This guy, he said this guy's going to go, you know what I mean? So we're walking around the yard, and this Indian walks into the toilet. So now I can't get him on the exercise yard, because if I get him on the exercise yard, it's gonna scream. All the whole nick's going to come out, right? The alarm's going to go off. But the screws around my yard, no, it's okay. So he comes, walks around the yard. He goes into the toilet, to the recess. I follow him in the recess. There's a guy in there. This is what I'm saying. There's a guy in there cleaning the recess out. So he's got a scrubbing brush, a broom, and a metal bucket. So as I walk in there, the Indian guy, is standing on the toilet. They squat on the toilet. They don't sit. They squat. He's having a poo in there, right? I walked over to the guy, like that. Get hold of the scrubbing brush. The scrubbing brush is at the end of it curves round like a point, yeah, but not actually a point, yeah. So I walked in with a brush, and I smashed this guy. I mean, there was shit all over my trousers, everything, my jeans, but I mean, it's not about that. I smashed this guy nearly to death with this brush, yeah. But I smashed him a few times around the head, which I shouldn't have. As I say, it's very easy to kill someone, yeah. You don't realise your own power, where you're going to hit them. But I hit him, same thing, pulled his trousers down, shit everywhere. And I smashed him to pieces with a brush around his groin, smashed his balls, smashed his prick. I smashed everything to pieces. I mean, they never can do anything. They're better off turning their sex into a woman, you know, because they can't do anything again, yeah. I walked out there, walking around the yard, everything's sweet, nothing said. Walked back into the nick. Don't forget, I've got all shit down me now, and I've got this thing. But I walk into the nick, up to the cell, get changed, yeah. Now it's dinner time. Come downstairs for dinner. As I come downstairs for dinner, have you heard of the chief? Have you heard of a chief in prison?
The chief?
Yeah.
No.
Well, in every wing in prison used to have a chief, yeah? He had a big crown on his head. He used to run the nicks in them days, yeah? Not now. Not now. I mean, you've done a bit. But
in Arizona, a chief is the head of the Native American gang.
Okay.
Yeah.
He definitely ain't one of them. He definitely ain't. Anyway, so you got the chief there, who's got the big crown on his head. He runs that wing. You get number one chief, who runs the whole nick, yeah? But I wasn't quite sure. He could have been the one, or he could have been number one chief. But he was with 2 or 3 screws. As I come down the stairs, they attacked me, yeah? They attacked me. More screws come in, pin me to the floor, buckle me up a bit, take me down the seg unit. But they don't really buckle me up that much. They don't, I mean, I know what's going on, but I've got to be nicked, yeah? So they take me down the block. I'm down the block. I'm in the cell. I'm thinking, oh, I'm in trouble here. They come into my cell, the screw comes in and say, look, let me tell you something. What you did, mate, is unbelievable, yeah? We're going to look after your way down. You're going to be down there about 10 days, no longer than that, and then you're going to be shipped out to another nick. Yeah, we don't know where you're going to be shipped out, but it's what you don't want to be in this nick. You want to get out. Everyone wants to get out. Okay, lovely. So I'm in my cell, open my door, goes in to see the deputy governor. Hill, he said, you've been done for assaulting a prison officer, yeah, ran the yard. You assaulted him, shouting out this, that, and the other, abuse to him, not assaulting sexually, not physically, but all this. That. I go, did I? Yeah, I'm guilty. Yeah, okay. You're gonna stay down here until you be shipped out. We don't want people like you in this prison. They all know what's going on. So they started to bring food into my cell, what I wanted, and I was getting good food. You know, only sandwiches, but good food to what the others are getting. Yeah, nice cocoa. And then one night, I can't make out what's going on. There's all this noise, click, 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 all night long, right? And I thought, what's that noise? It's driving me mad. It's driving me mad, right? So in the morning, I'm going around the exercise yard. They got the yards that's about as big as this. Honestly, they've got 3 of these yards, and they've got the big yard in the block. And they've got this little yard as big as this, all caged up, yeah? As I'm walking around the yard, there's a guy, I can't think of his name, you know, but he was the most evilest poisoner going, little guy he was. What's his name? Can't think of his name. I'm sorry, I had his name before. Anyway, bit punchy I am. So anyway, he was the most poison. He's done about 20 people poisoned, yeah? So walking around there and he's saying to me, I didn't know who he was at that time, yeah? Anyway, walking around and he went, you got any tobacco? I don't smoke, but these screws are giving me tobacco anyway, but they give me in quarters, you know, like, and the paper goes over the top. You used to have that? You ever read that? No?
Mm-mm.
Anyway, you cut it in half, you put the paper on the top so it's sealed. I went, look, I'll throw you a quarter over, yeah? But you have to give me it back in a couple of days or tomorrow, yeah? I said, keep it. Threw it over, right? Anyway, 2 days later, I still ain't got my tobacco back. But this noise is still fucking going. It's driving me nuts, right? So the screws up my door. They went, you're in fucking trouble. I said, what? What done? He went, you just give the fucking put geezer 2 doors from you, cells from you, tobacco. Yeah? So what's the problem? What is his name? He's the most worst poisoner England's ever had. Honestly, I can't remember his name.
Not Shipman.
No. He's
Famous poisoner.
Graham Young. Graham, thank you so much. Yeah? Oh, thank you. You want to sit here? Yeah, Graham Young. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, and I went, and this guy looked like Hitler. You know what I mean? I couldn't believe it. And I went, what? I went, Graham Young. He's killed so many people. He's like, we can't give you the tobacco back until we get it tested. You know what I mean? I went, thank you, whatever. So the next day, they come around and give me 2 buns. They said, Graham Young's give you his bun. I went, no, I don't want, no, we haven't given it him. Right? Not only have we not given that, your tobacco's back here, yeah? Right, your tobacco's back. So give me the tobacco back. I said, listen, in the morning, I got older, so I said, listen, mate, I don't know what it is or who it is, yeah? But if someone's driving me mad, clicking. They're tapping the bed, trying to drive me mad. Click, click, click all night long. You know what I mean? He went, oh, that'd be Ian Brady. I went, what? I said, what do you mean Ian Brady? That'd be Ian Brady. That's on the typewriter. I said, what? I said, you're telling me that Ian Brady, that has killed all these kids, that people don't even know where their kids are buried, that guy has got a typewriter? Yeah. What's happened? The deputy governor's given him a typewriter to write his story out for the paper. Well, he didn't tell me that, but obviously that's what it is. The deputy governor giving it. He ain't there to just write letters. He's giving his life story. So I went, okay. I said, you people, I can't believe you people. Well, this geezer's done all this, killed all these kids, and yet you give him a typewriter. So what else has he got in that cell? So in the morning when I'm done with my exercise, I went up the fucking stairs, 100 miles an hour. I want to get in the cell with this geezer. I want to smash it to pieces, right? So the screws are up there watching this Brady, because anyone who goes exercise, they're watching him, yeah? So they slam the door and they won't let me in there. So they buckle me up again, take me back downstairs, take me in the thing. I thought, oh, what? And they went, listen, you're going in 2 days. I go, okay. You're going to Albany. I went, oh, lovely, you know, get out. Because Albany, Isle of Wight, I wasn't really bothered. You know what I mean? I heard it's a good nick. Anyway, I'm looking out the window. In them days, the block, they used to have sheets of metal over the top, but not sheets of metal at the bottom. So you can see out, yeah? And there was this black guy. He was about 5'5", as wide as he was tall, yeah? And he used to walk like hopping, but there was about 5 or 6 screws walking around the yard with him, yeah? But only him, no one else, yeah? And I went to one of the screws. I said, who's this fucking black guy walking around the yard? His name's Obadiah. Obadiah? I went, who? Obadiah. Or Obadiah. I went, what? Who is he then? And they said, well, he had a bit of trouble in his house. The police were called. They went up to see him. And all of a sudden the police come down the stairs at 100 miles an hour. They can't handle him. So they sent 3 dogs up to get him. in the thing in his room. He chucked him out the window, bit all their throats out, ripped them to pieces. This geezer was so powerful, Obadiah. I think it's Obadiah. You check it out, Google it, Obadiah. And anyway, they what we was told, they shipped him back to Jamaica or Africa, to Nigeria or somewhere he come from, and he never arrived back in his country. They must have killed him on the way there. That's the story. He was too dangerous to go back to. I think he'd killed someone in. That's right. He'd killed someone in Nigeria or Jamaica, but I think he'd come from Nigeria. That's not Africa side of it, yeah. And they obviously so they killed him, and then they shipped me to Albany. I mean, this is a story and a half now. This is when I went to Albany, and when I went to Albany prison, I mean, I met some really, really nice people. You know what I mean? I went and. The first one I went was Billy Tobin, was a fantastic armed robber. He was from Bermondsey. He was involved with all the bank raids, all this gold things, and he was a fantastic armed robber, Billy Tobin. I know him because I was going with his sister Janet Tobin. I was fighting anyway, and I missed a lot of this out of me street fighting, but we can get back to that later on. But When I went in, he looked after me, gave me my clothes and all that. You couldn't wear your own clothes in them days. It had to be prison clothing, yeah. And they gave me it, and I went into the first one I went into was a wing called A Wing, yeah. Albany was a brand new prison, brand new little cells, not bigger than this, tiny little cells. Went into A Wing. All of a sudden, knock on my door. Door wasn't shut. You got your own key to your room and everything. Yeah, the door goes click at night. Anyway, guy come in, hello, what? Hello, who are you? And I thought, what's going on there? And there's a guy called Terry Vowles, yeah? Wasn't gay, but even though he talked like he was gay, he wasn't gay, well, I don't think it was anyway. But anyway, he was a nice guy, looked after me, and then I went to the gym that night, went in there, mate, I see guys in there, yeah, that was like unbelievable, massive, because in the gym in Albany, everybody used to train. And I went in there and I thought, fucking hell. I started training. I was always powerful because I was in the powerlifting team when I was, but I should have got my YP, but I left this out a bit. But I was in the powerlifting team there. So when I went to Albany, I got involved with, not a power team, but lifting weights. Got involved with some people in there. Got involved with a mate of mine called Peter Kelly. Peter Kelly, he's dead now, God bless his soul, but he was, fucking hell. And when he was in, he was telling me about a story in Wandsworth Prison, yeah. He hated the screws. In them days, you used to have aluminium piss pots. In nowadays, aluminium piss pots, not like it's today, it's like so easy. But in them days, they had aluminium piss pots, four in a cell, yeah. And what they used to do in them days, I know it's a bit disgusting, but it's what they used to do, yeah? If you want to go, because they used to bang up for 24 hours a day, 24 and up. Now, they're crying about being banged up today, but they got nothing. 4 in a cell, two bunk beds, nothing. There's a corner unit, and that's it. Prison clothes, 24 hours a day, 23 and a half hours a day, eating prison food. Now they got it. So anyway, what they done, you should do there, I couldn't believe it. They put paper on the bed. Everybody seems to be running around for newspapers in the prison. You think, why is everybody running around for newspapers? But this is why they're running around for newspapers, because if you want to go, you've got 4 people in the cell, yeah? So 1 or 2 of them want to go to the toilet at night time, yeah? You're banged up a long time. When you are unlocked, if you don't go to use the toilet, you've got to use the toilet in your cell. And there's no way to use the toilet because all you've got is one piss pot, aluminium piss pot, and a bucket. The bucket is for water. You don't want to shit in that bucket. So anyway, so what they do, they put paper on the bed, 3 or 4 sheets of paper, 3 or 4 sheets of paper. And I was in bed and I was laying in bed. I thought, what's that smell? Right? What's that smell? This is when I'm with the Indian before that. And what it was, you got a guy pooing on the paper and peeing in the pot with the lid, and he's pooing on the paper. When people talk about shit parcels, it's true, because what they do, they shit on the paper, fold it up, rip the bedding, a bit of the sheets off, and tie it up like a parcel, and then throw it out the window. So you got all these people are doing it in the wing, yeah. So when you look out the window, you look across, you see millions and millions of cockroaches, and they're eating the poo. They're eating it, yeah. So I bet the thing is in the morning or that night, you see these cockroaches in your cell, and they're all around your legs, and then so you imagine them being out there eating this shit. Anyway, I'm back in Albany now, right? This is what they're doing in the scrubs, right? Back in Albany now. So I'm in Albany, and anyway, so I'm in A-Wing, go to the gym, come back, and then my mate Peter Kelly, this big guy, he took. I got back to Wandsworth now a bit. When he was at Wandsworth. About 6'4", fucking armed robber. In them days, it's all everyone used to do armed robberies. No drugs. Drugs wasn't. If you had drugs in prison, in my days, in the 70s, you get killed. You can't smoke drugs. You can't take drugs in prison. It wasn't known. You take drugs, they'd kill you for it. You'd not kill you for it, but kill you because you got it. It wasn't allowed. You know what I mean? But anyway, Peter Kelly was like a big, powerful guy. He used to do them every morning with a pea pot. You know, sometimes there's shit in the pot, give him a fuck. Do them with the shit, the screws in Wandsworth. And to do something in Wandsworth in them days, you had to be a bit lively because Wandsworth was one of the worst nicks in the country. They'd kill you there, you know what I mean? And they bashed him up something terrible in the end. They took him down the stairs, they smashed all his bollocks, they smashed him to pieces, took him in the block. This is what Peter's telling me. I never see it myself. But he's saying that when he got in the block, you should come out in the morning sometimes and do them with the piss pots as well, yeah? And the number one chief with the big crown, yeah? He's laughing. He ain't one of them ones. The number one chief went to the door and said to him, listen, the easiest thing for me to do, I run this, Nick. I tell people what to do and what not to do. If I tell the doctor to write a death certificate out for you, he would do that. You keep doing what you're doing, and he will write one out. Peter told me, I went, God, you know? And the things I was doing, you know what I mean? Oh. Anyway, back in Albany, right? So me and Peter got very close. I go to a wing called C Wing, from A Wing to C Wing, yeah? C Wing is like marriage quarters. They called it marriage quarters because everybody was tooed up with their little boys. It was one of them things, right? There's maybe 10 guys in there that was all in love with each other, you know what I mean? I'm not joking. You think this is serious. You're on about people doing bundles of bird, yeah? And I got in, when I first went in there, a guy opposite mine, Lowell Gibbons, another one, everyone in them days was on Roberts, you know, in them days, yeah? Really nice guy, yeah? Anyway, got to like this guy, and he was involved with a guy next door, gay guy. They was together. I thought, hey, this is a guy like this. Anyway, all of a sudden, one night, I had, screaming. I mean about real bad screaming, yeah? And the guy on the freeze, the gay guy, was being chucked out the wing, he'd done enough bird. He'd go into another D category. This is the Albany was the A cat, B cat, Nick. A cat was the worst, and B cat, A cat, B cat, yeah? So he was a B cat, he's being put down to a C cat, or D cat, he's going to a better nick. It isn't a better nick, but for him, it's not a worse nick for him, yeah? What does he do? In Albany, you haven't got keys. It's all done by electric. Click, unlock, click, lock. But there are keys, locks, obviously there, if the electrics go, yeah? But the keys, believe it or not, are over the gate. So the gate to the prison is about a quarter of a mile, but it's a really distance because that's the exercise yard, yeah? So this gay guy, everyone's screaming, get him out! Screaming, shouting. I'm downstairs, I don't know what's going on, but I'm now banging the doors, get him out! What he's done, he set light to his mattress. In them days, he'd never had none of this mattresses that can't burn. It wasn't none of that flat inflammable mattresses. Everything could burn, you know what I mean? And what he's done to get help, he set light to his mattress because of the fumes and all these black things flying around. by the window. He's opened the window and everything's flying around in there. All these black things are flying, but he's choking. They're going mad. All the cell now has a light. It's crazy, smashing the place to pieces. The screws come up. Get him out. They can't get him out. The electrics are burnt. So they go down to the gate. By the time they go down to the gate, it's half an hour. It's like from there back, because then they got to get permission from the governor or the chief to give them the keys. They ain't just going to give them the keys. It could be Aussies up there, you know what I mean? So by the time we get back upstairs, the cell is alight and the guy is alight. But they can't, when they're trying to put the key in the lock, it's boiling, it's burning the key. Because you can imagine the heat, yeah? So they do get it in there and turn it. As they open the door, what happens, this is what I'm told, I'm downstairs, this is what I'm told the next morning, yeah? Well, no one's really let out that morning, but we're all shouting each other out outside the windows, yeah? He's opened the door and he's come running out of his cell, a light, and they reckon all his footprints are stuck to the floor, to the lino floor, the tiles, as he's running, you know, the skin. And he just collapsed and died. They put blankets over him and he died. Obviously, he died. But Albany was a good nick for me, yeah? Albany was really, really good. One of the best nicks in the country, yeah? But a lot happened in Albany, and we got involved in the gym. And there was a big guy in the gym called Tank. And he played basketball, yeah? Big black guy, massive. He played a lot of basketball, nice geezer, nicest geezer you could ever meet, yeah? And I was in the kitchen. I was getting what I wanted, steaks and bits and pieces. And the Tank was there. 76 was the hottest summer ever, they reckon. It was like 130, something crazy, yeah? And I was in the kitchen. I'm going to tell you a story about this Billy McGee later on. It happened. I was in the kitchen. My mate John McDonough, he was big, 6'5", big beard, paddy, Irish guy, bit powerful. Nice fella on the coppers. You know the coppers? Where they cook all the food. Got big paddles to go out anyway. He was on there. And I went in there one day. I was number one baker doing all the baking. And I thought, what's up with you, John? He said, mate, I'm pissed off, mate. I said, what's up? He said, well, mate, let me tell you, mate, can't believe it, mate. I said, what? He said, well, they just told me that I can't go back to Ireland, yeah? He hasn't had a visit for about, he's a lifer, yeah? He's done about 9 years. He can get a visit but every couple of years or whatever because the people's got to come over and they're vetting and all this shit. He said, I want to go back to Ireland, mate. I've done long enough now. Let me go back. And they wouldn't let me go back. He said, do you know what? I've had enough, mate. I've had enough, yeah? So in Albany then days, they had cages on the outside of the prison on the wall, but they didn't have cages in the exercise yard. They got it all now because of this, what happened, yeah? So John and about 4 or 5 others, what they decided to do, get on the roof in Albany. Now it's all cemented up. The gutters, you can't get up there, so the drain pipes, you can't get up there. But then, I mean, this guy's 6'4", 6'5", about 19 stone. Well, he went, it's a lunatic. No one's going to stop him. Everybody else now has gone with him, yeah? I ain't going to go because I'm fit of rights anyway. I wouldn't go up there like that. So they're all running up the drain pipes to get onto the roof, yeah? So they shut the nick down. So what they start doing is lowering. They've had it all planned. They've got all bottles of water. They've got a string in their pockets. There's loads of them, about 8 or 9 up there. There's a guy called Johnny Patton. It's Johnny Patton, yeah? There's a big story about John as well. They take Johnny Patton. Johnny Patton's up there. They're all running around the wings, lowering things for food. I'm in the kitchen. They come down to the kitchen part of it. I'm putting up bags of food, which I shouldn't be doing. I'm getting myself really fucking nicked, but no one really sees it because it's rubbish. I'm putting out rubbish, but it's bags of food. So they decide, the screws now, because they're on a gym roof, they're coming up from the flat roof, off the flat roof, onto the wings that have got like roofs like that coming down. They decide to shut them all off, put barbed wire at the end of the gym roof so they can't get down, yeah, and get their food. So eventually they all come down, barring one, Johnny Patton. He won't come down. There's a big thing about Johnny Patton. He won't come down. So what they do with Johnny Patton, he's up here for about 4 or 5 days, and it's really hot. He's burnt himself to death, right? So in the end, he gives himself up. He gets a kidneys and liver disease, and burns, all this, that, and the other, and they take him to Parkhurst, yeah? Right, forget about John for a minute, right? We go back to this now, right? So I'm Billy McGee, the right, we're in my cell, and there's a guy just coming by the name of George Cockle, yeah, from outside, and his name's Catapult Charlie. What he used to do, he was well off, this guy. Unbelievable what he used to do. But he used to get big barbarians in a catapult. That's why they call him Catapult Charlie. He used to go down the city, or Birmingham, Manchester, or any places, London, jewellery shops. His wife would be outside the shop. She'd say, whoop like that, big barbarian, whole like that. She put her hands in there, nickel jewellery. They'd run away, get in the car, gone. He had a big, right? He had a lot of money, but he got a lot of bird as well, right? So, but a really, really good-looking guy. I mean, he come on our wing, was married quarters, come on the wing, right good-looking guy, right? And I'm in the cell with a lot of my mates, and all of a sudden, on my door, right? I went, that? Mate, it's me, Mary. Oh, fucking hell, let's not talk like that. Let's not talk like that. It's a bit funny, you know. It's me, Mary, and Billy McGee, right? So I said, what's up? Oh, George Cockle wants a gangbang. She's in love with this George Cockle. She's tooed up. It's not tooed up, but because it's all single cells, but they're all touring up together at certain times and doing whatever they're doing, yeah? Ray, he wants me to have a gangbang with this other guy who's just come in. I mean, oh, fucking hell. Don't do it. No, if I don't do it, he says he's going to bash me up, right? I know, fucking hell. Right, if he hurts you, come and see me, and I'll sort it out in the morning. Promise me, I said, promise. Well, tell him Ray's going to sort it out, yeah? Anyway, in the morning, I'm in the kitchen, so I nick a big bit of steak. Yeah, I do all the time. Come up to the wing, all wings have got their stove, gas stoves. I'm cooking a steak, the alarm goes off. I'm panicking, thinking it's my steak. Right? But I'm looking, I thought, fucking hell, it's this Mary Billy McGee. Comes through the door from the wood mill, right? Hair all over the gaff, and it's got all blood over its top, yeah? Oh, and it works. It's working in the wood mill. She works on the lathes. He works in the lathe. Right? He works in the lathes, yeah? So Billy McGee works on the lathe with two chisels, yeah? Whatever. But if George Cotter's come over to her, he works in there as well, and to bash her up. She's now defending herself. She stabbed him 14 times with a 14 chisel, right? So she comes out first, or he comes out first. I went, oh my God. Who follows? George Cockle on a trolley, on his, like, fucking one of the things, right? But they got a sheet over him, a white sheet, and all little holes, specks of holes everywhere, like blood things, right? He dies. He goes to Parkhurst, he dies, yeah? Now she's done for murder. They take her to Winchester Crown Court. I'm one of the witnesses. Listen, the most important part, the guy's dead. She's killed the guy. You can't stick up for him. You've got to stick up for him, right? So I go to Winchester Crown Court. The judge is gay. The prosecution is gay. Fucking hell, everyone's gay, you know what I mean? So except me, honestly. Anyway, so I'm talking, and he went, so he's talking to me, he's going to me, what happened, Mr. Hill? I said, explain the situation. I said, come down, knock to my door. I said, this George Gott was going to bash you up. And I said, look, I'm going to give it a clump and all this, that, and the other. What do you mean by clump? What do you mean by all this anyway? So in the end, it gets 2 years, found guilty, but gets 2 years, diminished responsibility. So they put me in a cell to go back to Albany. This one's going to go to another nick, obviously to another nick, right? But it only gets another 2 years. But what happened when the prosecution is talking to the jury, saying to the jury, when Billy McGee was arrested for a charge of chopping a security guard's hand off for the bag. So it goes to show you, this fucking Billy McGee ain't no innocent party, but he only gets 2 years responsibility, 2 years diminished responsibility. It's crazy, isn't it? So I'm going back to Albany. She's going to another nick. All of a sudden, I'm in this big cell by myself. Who comes in? The Billy McGee. Hold up. Wait, what can I go? Fuck off. Sorry. I went, no way, leave me out. That's what, honestly, I did say that. Anyway, so anyway, I'll go back to Albany now. I'll go back to Albany, and then we hear about Johnny Patton, the guy that went to, that come down, and the kidneys and all that burnt up. It goes to Parkhurst, yeah? So it's in Parkhurst. It's like getting on with its life. He's getting on with his life, yeah. And he met this guy. They've got a card school going. They're earning money, yeah, at the card school. Lovely, terrific. You know what I mean, mate? All of a sudden, the guy that runs the card school has fucked this Johnny Patton for a lot of money. They're playing for tobacco and stuff, but it's money, really. It's still money gets put into your account. He's fucked John for a lot of money. So John's gone in to get his eyes, say, look, you've got to give me, this is what we've been told. I'm not telling you because I wasn't there, you know, what we was told. So the guy's gone to Johnny Patton. Why you getting nothing? Right, I said, what? Johnny Patton was a raving lunatic, yeah? So the guy, John said, I'm going to fucking kill you. So the guy said, you won't fucking kill me, I'll be killing you, yeah? So now Johnny gets a knife out of the kitchen, gets someone to get a big boning knife. Okay, no, it's only a little thin thing, but comes back, guys come along the landing with a silly knife about to do John. Well, John stabbed him to death, right? And then was put in Winchester, Nick, not one of them, I think it was Winchester, was it? Or anyway, in a cage. Who was next door? Bronson. Charles Bronson was in another cage. So they become mates. But that is it. That's it. Anyway, let's go back to Albany now, yeah? So back in Albany, this is all happening. Anyway, I'm in the kitchen. This guy, this big black guy that I was telling you about, was a nice guy. Nice fella, mate. I'm in the kitchen, the alarm goes off, there's a bit of trouble in the hot plate, so they want us now to go up to the hot plate. They want us to help out with the food. So I think it was a Thursday or Friday, it's egg, bacon, sausage, tomatoes, fried bread. It's favourites for everybody. So we had about 7 eggs left over, bacon and bits and pieces. Who comes down? The big, tall, black guy, yeah? So I loaded him up with the sausages, bacon and all this, that and the other. Give him a couple of eggs. I turned around to put the rest of the stuff, was our stuff, in the hot plate. I turned around to pick the eggs up. He's took all the fucking eggs. I went, hold up, Tank. I said, mate, they're our eggs. You can't nickel them up. Just give you loads of stuff, you know. And he went, fuck off, you look. Sorry, but that's what he said to me, right? I went, pardon me? I said, what'd you say? He said, you were? I said, listen, mate. I said, you're not on. In them days, it wasn't racist. There's none of this racist shit in them days. In the 70s and 80s, it wasn't none of that. You know, but come on. And I thought, hold up, mate. You can't say that, you know what I mean? I said, put the eggs back. He went, no, I ain't going to put them back. So I went round there with my tray. Not tray, the plate, yeah? You had plates, you had your own plates in there. Went there in my plate to pick the eggs out off the thing. As I bent down, he went to kick me in the face, yeah? So I went, get in the fucking toilet. Very well. So the screw's seeing, know what's going on. We're going to the toilet. They let a little bit go, yeah? We're going to the toilet. And I don't want to fight this geezer. I want to box him, yeah? So I'm bump, jabbing him. I throw a right hand, and I've been hitting him a few times on the chin. This guy's just shaking. Usually when I hit him on the chin, they're gone. And as I hit him on the chin, and he's going, shaking, fucking hell. Sorry, I've got a fight here, you know what I mean? So in the end, I threw a punch, and he ducks out of the way. But in Albany, you had metal cages go round the staircase, yeah? But big metal aluminium poles, yeah? Right? So as he's ducked, I hit the aluminium pole, nearly broke my hand, yeah? But we're still fighting. So the screws come in and stop it. I go up to my cell, go in my cell, they click the door. That's it. it's night time now, right? No one's allowed out because there's been a bit of a fight, so they shut the window down, yeah? In Albany, because of all the problems, stabbings and murders and this, that and the other, everybody has got a wedge in their door. I don't know if you've experienced that, have you, at all?
Yeah, wedges in the door. Yeah,
but in my cell, I had a wedge and I also had a nail. When I went into that cell, there's a hole by the door, so I made it a little bit bigger, deeper, and got a big cinch now. Put it in so it's thick cinches now. Put it in so they can't get through my door to kill me or something like that. Yeah. So I'm sleeping. The door goes click. What happens? This geezer, the tank, has come through my door, tried to stab me. He missed me by that much with a blade. Yeah, with a homemade blade, like a plastic blade. Yeah, plastic. Yeah. But it's just not just as bad as as a metal blade, yeah? He's missed my head from that much, yeah? So he's run. Now, I'm trying to get my wedge out because he's come through the door. He's got the wedge all caught up, so I'm getting it out. I'm chasing him, but I'm maybe 30 seconds too late. He goes up, slams his door, yeah? But now I know that he wants to kill me, yeah? He's going to try and kill me. So I thought, what am I going to do anyway? So I had another job as well as my kitchen job. On a Thursday, I used to collect all the kits from the landings, put them in the bins, come down to the twos, tip them up and sort them all out, yeah? So I'm on the top landing, I'm coming down with these 2 bins. I'll get pushed to the floor by the tank and about 4 of his friends, yeah? They push me on the landings, the square landing, yeah? Going on to the spurs. They pushed me down, hold me up, and they ripped my belly open with a standing knife, yeah? He did. Right, done with, and if I hadn't have got up, I was powerful, mate. If I hadn't have got up and got away with it, I'd have been, he'd have tried to kill me, yeah? But he's done about 4 big stripes across my belly, so they're all pouring with blood. But with a standing knife, it's deep, but it isn't deep enough to cause that many problems, yeah? So I go back to my cell, get this towels, tie these towels in big knots, put it around my waist, tie it up, so I've got to go in the kitchen now, get this big jacket on. So I forget about it, right? It's 2 or 3 weeks later. I'm mending. I'm keeping well away from him. I'm always got my eyes open for it, yeah? But I know that he's going to kill me. So I've got to try and do something to stop it, yeah? So I was told by one of my mates in the kitchen that he comes in on a certain day late. But not late. When I say late, the kitchen come out later, but he comes out later than, he comes out, the kitchen come out a lot later than what he does, but he's late for his job. So my mate says to me, so I run up to the wing and say, go, yeah, go on, Lily. Opens the door, go upstairs. As I go upstairs, it goes into the television room, used to be a dining room, and by the door, they got this big block of wood like that, with a big handle up to stop the door shutting all the time. So I'm standing there. Now I know he's got to come through this door. Yeah, no, he's got to come through the door. So as he comes through the door, no, it's either me or him. He's going to try and kill me. I've got to try and kill him. Not kill him, but stop it from happening. So I run up to him with this big bit of wood across the head, a big block of wood, right, thing, and I'm split his head open like a sardine can. You don't realise the power of you with fear. It's the fear really that made it worse. You know what I mean? That if I don't do it, it could kill me. Yeah. So I split his head open, and the screws now are everywhere, cracking, going mad. His head split open. So they take me to my cell. They clock the door. Click. But I know I'm in trouble. I know I'm in a lot of fucking trouble now. I know that I'm going to get fucking serious harm going to come to me here. I mean, so I could hear outside, all these noises outside. My door goes click. They come in. Now, there's a big, one of the guys on my wing is a big rugby player or ex-rugby player, big beard, big guy. Bully man. In them days, it ain't like today. In them days, there's all MPs, ex-MPs, big 6'3", 6'2", but big MPs. Cut like their fucking things down to here. You must know. I don't know if you've ever seen it. The caps that the head thing down to there. Comes in, steams into me. He pushed me up against the window. I go back. He comes back to the door. As he goes back to the door, but facing me, I run towards him. Bang! I hit him. good fighter, man. I can fight. You know what I mean? I've hit him so hard, and it's what's happened. He's hit the floor. They dragged him out, but I don't. I then get told later on. I'm on about later that I smashed his spleen. I've done his spleen, so I've hit him really, really hard. Yeah. So now I know I'm in trouble. I don't know about the spleen also, but now I'm in trouble because I was sort of a prison officer, but I've done it bad. Yeah. So I thought, fucking hell. No, what I shouldn't have done this. Sorry, you shouldn't have done that way. You know what I mean? Should have just let it go, mate. But you can't sometimes, yeah. Crikey! All of a sudden, I heard my door go click. They come through my door. It happened in seconds. They shoot me, yeah. They shoot me with a dart. Boom! I got these guns. Bang! For people like ourselves. They shoot me with the hypodermic. Goes in me. I hit the floor. They then come over. They smash me to pieces with truncheons. I ain't gonna win nothing, mate. But I'm aware what they're doing, but I can't scream, I can't shout, I can't move. I'm like that. And they're smashing me to pieces. But they come in again after that dart to knock me out. They come in and dart me again in the neck. I'm unconscious. I wound up in Parkhurst. I know it's Parkhurst because they wouldn't send me to Camp Hill because Camp Hill's a lower grade nick. They wouldn't have me and they wouldn't accept me, yeah? So they take me to Parkhurst, yeah? But it's, mate, this is when it becomes really nasty, yeah? Because they put me in Parkhurst and they put me in this unit where they got me in a jacket, straight jacket, yeah? And they got me about 6 inches from the floor and they've got me with water. They're doing me with water, yeah? Piping me with water. And they come over to me and they undo me and they drag me into a room and the governor or whatever who is there saying to me, right, you've assaulted a prison officer. We can get this involved with police officers outside, adjudication, visiting committee, you know what that is, right? Or we can do it with ourselves. We're going to do it with ourselves. We're going to put you on a thing called the 1074. You can check it out. So I can't really talk to him. I'm not aware of it. I can't talk. I can hear, but I can't. Anyway, a 1070 more means it can be 6 days to 16 months to a year or 2 years or whatever it is, yeah? It's a charge. It's a really serious charge. It goes from A to Z, right? It can be lots of things, yeah? So they take me back in there. They strap me up, bash me up, put jabs on me, jab me out, right? And then realise that they're taking me in a van and they're taking me across the water. I know that I can feel that I'm not on land anyway, right? So I'm going across the water and the nick I'm going to can only be one nick on that side of the water. There is Winchester. They take me to the block. They drag me down the block. They drag me up from my hands, pull me down by my shoulders. I'm going down, hitting every stair with my feet. I've got nothing on my shoe, nothing on my feet. All I'm wearing is my shorts, my boxer shorts and a vest. But as they're dragging me across the landing to where I'm going to, I'm aware of things. I'm seeing mattresses on the wall, big mattresses, yeah, with handles on, yeah. I mean mattresses from the top of the head to the bottom, yeah, with handles. And by the side, there's these big truncheons, massive big truncheons, yeah. They take me in the cell. In the cell is, I'm telling you what it is now. I didn't know what it was at that time, yeah. It's cardboard, right? Cardboard chair, cardboard table, and a cardboard bed. It's that much from the floor. And they come in, the mattress is that big, which they come in later on at night, which I'm telling you I didn't know at that time, yeah. So I go in the cell, and they come in, they jab me up. I'm unconscious, yeah. They come in when I'm conscious, and they smash me to pieces. With this mattress, they come in, and they smash me with this truncheon, and I'm on about to beat me, right? And they come in with a plate. It's that thick, that high, round plate with a bowl and a cup. In the cup, there's water, right? You think it's water. In the bowl, there's something in the bowl, and there's something in the plate. And they come in with a little spoon, little plastic spoon. You ever seen these little spoons?
Yeah.
Little plastic, tiny little things? Yeah. And that's your spoon, yeah? No knife or fork or nothing. Take my straight jacket off. I've got to eat this food, yeah? Now, I believe that the nick I was in, Albany, I got this food mixed up for me for where I'm going to go. I don't realise this could be for a year. It could be for whatever, right? But it's worse than pig's food. It smells worse than pig's food, and now you got to eat that. I can't eat it. I can't eat it. It makes me feel sick. I'm not going to eat it. It smells like a shit in it. They're pissing it. They've done whatever. Obviously, they did. That's what they done. So I drank the water, which is not water. It's Largatual or whatever they're going to give me to knock me out. Yeah. So they knocked me out. I'm knocked out. This go. I mean, now you're on a 1074. You're in a cell no less than 1 day, and no more than 28 days. So you can be moved from any time from there to there, yeah? In the morning, in the afternoon, at night, wherever, yeah? You don't know, yeah? So I don't get no exercise or nothing, yeah? They're coming in, bashing me up. That's all they're doing, bashing me up, yeah? Put my hands, I'm 19 stone, you know? I've been powerlifting, weightlifting, I'm 19 stone, yeah? And they're bashing me up. I can't do nothing because they're putting jabs in me that I can't even defend myself, yeah? So they're coming in at night time, daytime, what you don't really know what time it is. You don't know, there's nothing, no lights or nothing, yeah? They come and drag me back up the stairs, put me in a van, take me to another prison. You go to another prison, they're dragging you down the landing, they're taking you into a cell, they're bashing you up. They put you same plate, give you the same food. Now you've got to eat that food because if you don't eat it, you're going to die. You're going to die because if you don't eat food, you're going to die. You can't live on water alone, yeah? And that water's going to knock you out anyway, yeah? So in the end, I have to eat the food. I eat it, but it's making me sick. So I'm sicking, but they don't mop the sick up or the poo up or whatever. They leave it there. It's all part of the punishment. This doesn't seem as if it's going to happen, does it? You don't think, nah, let me tell you something. You wait until you check this out. 1074. In the end, not in the end, it goes on and on and on. Worse nicks to worse nicks to worse nick, yeah? They're bashing me up all the time. They're not letting me go do nothing. I can't defend myself. They're jabbing me up. They're smashing me so bad, right, that I'm black and blue. Eventually, what happens to me, right? I go to a place called Chelmsford Prison. Right, Chelmsford Prison. I was about 1977, 78, 77, 77, 76, 77, because the fire 78, I'm there where the fire is there. And I wind up going there, and I wind up waking up. They bash me up before I get in there. So they take me into the prison, take me into the block, they take me into the end of the cell. I wake up. There's a bed. Fucking hell, I've never seen a bed before. With a mattress, a cupboard, a table and chairs. I cry, more or less. I don't cry straight away. This old screw called Jack Sad, right, who's SO, comes in. I go like a cow away. Now I'm about 9 stone. I'm black and blue, but I'm more black with the weight I've lost and no sun and this, that and the other. Believe it, you think you'd be white, but you're black with all the punishment. Like you see everything. I'm smashed to pieces. I can't talk. I'm in a bad way. Jack says to me, "This you're finished, mate. You're finished, all over." And I cry like a baby. You know what I mean? I let out all my emotions. I cried. It's the first time that I've ever cried whilst I've been in this sentence. I've been on it for about 8-9 months, maybe even more.
Bloody hell.
Right? I've been smashed to pieces. They beat me, but they're not beat me in a way that I've cried. I haven't let my emotions out, yeah? Because you can't really cry anyway, because you're not aware. But when I was there, I cried. I let my emotions out, and I got back on the wing, and they looked after me. And on the wing, it was like one of the best nicks I've ever been to. You had people like Jimmy Tibbs, Alan Dixon's, Fraser. Frankie Fraser was 2 cells for me and old Frank. See, Frank. When I was in that nick, I met a guy called Tony Lawrence, yeah? Tony Lawrence, I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy called Tony Lawrence, but Tony Lawrence used to work at the Richardsons, the same as Frankie Fraser. But Tony Lawrence and Fraser didn't get on. For some reason, they didn't get on. I don't know why. But Tony, I used to see him in the toilet with he made his weight out of the boiler. He used to work in the boiler room. He made his big cogs and he put a big wooden thing in there and he made weights of them, yeah? So I was crazy on weightlifting. I was always in the gym, but I wanted this thing. I said, look, when you go, can I have it? Yeah. He said, but do me a favour. Where do you live? I said, I live in Acton. He said, I come from Fulham. I got talking to him. He used to work with the Richardsons. He was called the Brown Bear. He used to wear a big fur coat. He used to go in all the pubs and the clubs and shoot all up the pump action shotgun. Him and Fraser, I don't know what happened to him and Fraser, but Tony said to me, look, anytime Fraser's about, anytime Frankie Fraser's about, I want you, if I'm in the toilet, having a shower, I want you to stand outside. If Fraser's about, tell him he can't come in. So a couple of times Frankie's come down, and I said, look, you can't go in, Frankie, leave it out. Frankie Fraser was a tiny guy, but he was a bastard. He couldn't fight, but dangerous. He was a dangerous little man. He'd pick up something bash across his head. He couldn't fight to save his life, you know what I mean? But he was dangerous, yeah. I like Frank. I met a couple of guys in there. Ronnie Bender. Ronnie Bender was the one to give the craze the knife to stab Jack the Hat. Was it Jack the Hat? He was the one to give him the knife. Ronnie Bender. He used to do a thing called astral projection. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Seriously, not a lot of people have heard of that, you know. I mean, it's something that most people, like, who've done lots of bird, like myself, yeah, and you're in a cell, and you lay down.
For your meditation.
Yeah, and believe it, and you shut your eyes, and before you know where you are, the doors open up, and you think, well, I'll be for 2 or 3 hours. And it's astral projection. But Ronnie Bender used to do it all the time. But his wife used to do it as well, and they reckon they used to astral project each other. Whether or not it's true, I don't know. I mean, you know more about it perhaps than I do.
I did astral project my girlfriend into it at the time.
Oh, she does it as well?
No, I brought her in. Like, you go out, you go, don't you?
Yeah.
Your brain just takes on a journey of its own, doesn't it? Yeah, and you can bring things in.
Yeah. I mean, unbelievable what he was telling me, you know what I mean? And he had all these things hanging from the ceiling, Ronnie Bender, you know, and I mean, I was friends with Jimmy Tibbs, the old man Jimmy, because Jimmy used to work in the kitchen with me. We used to work in the kitchen, all us lot together. I was massive in there. I was training all the time. And it's so mad, prison's mad, the way things work out. They had a what do you call it, a church, a chapel, brand new chapel made in there, yeah? So what they decided to do was give the people in Chelmsford prison, make them happy. What they do? Bring ballerinas in. Fucking hell. They brought ballerinas in, you can imagine. Guys are going, whoa! Everyone's wanking, everyone's wanking all night long. You can imagine, it's crazy, isn't it? And then it's mad. They just I've done it 3 or 4 times. Come on, mate, it's crazy. What's going on? Oh, mate. And then I'll never forget when they bought Sex Pistols. Oh, what? They bought the Sex Pistols. It's about 77. Brought the Sex Pistols into the gym, yeah? Into the gym.
Sid Vicious, Johnny Rotten.
Yeah. Well, Johnny Rotten, listen, let me tell you something. They nearly got killed, yeah? They fucking nearly got killed. They were so lucky to get out of their life, mate.
Why did they act up or something?
Well, in the gym, you had the stage in the gym, you know, and on the floor, you know, and it was like a gymnasium, you know. And anyway, everyone's Frankie Frasers, the Tibbses, the Dixons, all my mates, Ludlow was fucking nut as a fruit cut. It was all mad. All sitting down there, waiting, all there. Oh, what? Mate. All of a sudden, they come in Sex Pistols and all that, and all the screws around them. They're going, how the fuck can all, sorry about swearing, how the fuck can all you lot, look at you. Look at these screws. They're wankers. And all you lot out here are wankers. How can you let these wankers lock you up for 7 days a week for the rest of your life? You wank. Well, now, they want to kill them. Everybody's going, ah! I swear, man. How they got out of that neck in one piece? Oh, no. The Sex Pistols, you check it up. You check it out, the Sex Pistols, right, in Chelmsford Prison. Mate, I couldn't believe how they got out in one piece. And then, anyway, that all happened, and there was murders, and then I was in the kitchen one day, and the chief again. See, I don't know what it is with these chiefs. Yeah, the number one chief. Yeah, he come into the kitchen. Hill, can I have a quick talk to you, please? Can I have a quick talk? He took me down to the office. Said, listen, there's a guy just coming here called Wilkinson. I thought it was Jimmy Wilkinson from Bertie Smalls. That look, but it was a guy called George Wilkinson. Right, there's a book called Frightened for Your Life. Yeah, Frightened for Your Life, and George Wilkinson is in it, and so am I. A bit of it about George Wilkinson. Well, George Wilkinson, he was a big scouser or Geordie. I'm not quite sure what it was, but he was in Parkhurst prison. Yeah, he took a hostage in Parkhurst prison, bad hostage. Yeah, to get them to a helicopter or release him to a nick near where his mother is. He hadn't seen his mother for so many years, right? So, anyway, took hostage. They then jumped him. Bashed him up, smashed him to pieces. Really bashed him up. This guy's about, I know I keep saying 6'3", 6'4", but he was really tall, red hair, tall like this. All the drugs. They had enough drugs to kill an elephant. There's not this guy out, yeah? I'm telling you. So he said, well, do you look after him? Because I was massive, yeah? I said, of course I will. I'll look after him. When he went down to see him, and on the ones he's just come in, and mate, I said, look, I'm looking after you. Oh, all that, yeah. So I thought, fucking hell, I've done it wrong in here, mate. Anyway, all of a sudden the alarm bell went off, and I rushed down to the cell where he was. My cell was like a palace, believe it or not. You can't believe it. My cell had armchairs in it and everything. Armchair, Schreiber unit, all made of this. I'm telling you, Schreiber unit, all made of the stuff, prison stuff, all sword, all that. That's what Chelmsford was like. Chelmsford prison, right? Anyway, the alarm went off. I went downstairs to the cell, and he's gone fucking mad. He was weak as a kitten. He couldn't even pick this up. He couldn't pick it up, mate. He had this big fucking thing above his head, a big cupboard. Some of them cupboards are heavy, yeah? He had it above his head. Oh, fucking. And on the floor was poo and everything, yeah? But they used to give him a beaker, the small beakers. You remember the small beakers?
Mm.
Yeah, a small beaker full of Largatural, Mogadon, all sorts of stuff to knock him out. He was fucking mad. And all of a sudden one day, I took him down the gym to train. He was weak. He couldn't do nothing. But I tried to get him out of it, tried to bring him out what he was on. One day he wouldn't come down the gym with me. He went into the television room when he bend the Crays, the Dixons. There's about 30 people in, all fucking raving lunatics. You can't upset. You didn't upset them. Oh, what? What does he do? He goes in there, fucking turns the television over. They're all watching the film. He turns the television over. He wants to watch what he wants to watch, yeah? So I'm down the gym. The alarm goes off. We can hear it in the gym. What the fuck? We got to get out of the gym, yeah? Well, the alarm goes off. Where is he? Everyone's going mad. He wants to smash the television up now. No, everyone's shit. I mean, come on, he's mad. This guy's mad. So they rush into the gym to get hold of him, yeah? So they take him out and they take him down the block. They say to me, no, you can't come. You've got to take... But I don't know what happens from the time that I see him when they take him down the block. Because they wind up taking him in the block, he winds up smashed to pieces, right? He's battered, yeah? He's laying down in Chelmsford prison. They never had padded cells, but they had cells for the mattresses, you know what I mean? He's laying there and he's going to me, why, please don't let them take me away, yeah? I went, no. I see the chief outside. I said, listen, Gov, please, I'm very sorry what I've done. Not being there with him that night, but let him come up. Illy, he's got to go, mate, because they will kill him. They're going to kill him because he will go out of his nut one another day and he goes just do something silly and they will kill him, mate, you know. So I went, oh, fucking hell, what am I going to do? So in the morning, he'd gone to the Ville. I mean, in the book, it says other things. They put him on all sorts of drugs. He had more drugs than anybody else. So most of the books about him, George Wilkinson. I should have brought the book along to show you. I think I'll give it to. I think he's got it. He's got it. Yeah. What's his name? Got it. Kristen's got it. Yeah. A guy called George Wilkinson. They killed him in prison. They killed him only because he wants to see his mum. In the end, he see his mum, but he was like a cabbage. Didn't recognise his mum, and they killed him. Shame, you know what I mean? But it's what happens in prison. They tried to do it to me. I was that little bit stronger. But anyway, and then Chelmsford Prison, the best nick in the country, is to eat steaks, do what you like. I was in a rugby team, played London Irish, London Welsh, Saracens. We played the best teams ever. And then one of the funniest things that we did in that nick, right? It was either a crow or a raven, yeah? That fucking massive it was. And I picked this fucking crow up and took it back into the wing. Hid it, yeah? And there's this guy, he's got grey hair, but he's a bit one of these, really posh guy. He's a nice guy, but he drives me fucking mad, right? So what we done, we put it in his piss pot, in the bucket. A bucket, right? So when the doors are shut, you don't poo in a bucket, you just wee in a bucket, yeah? Because everybody's undone, you know what I mean? They're undone all day. So we put this fucking thing in the bucket. So about 2 o'clock in the morning, he screams because this thing's not out to me. It's Nick Johnson prison. And Alan Dixon, right? Alan Dixon, he was, I don't even know the Dixons there. The Dixons took over the craze. Alan, big scar down his face. There was George, his brother, who cut him. Very violent people. Alan, the night before Alan Dixon was like the best guy you could ever meet. All day long he sung, taking the mickey, taking the piss out of people. He was like, and that night before he went, he got on the bridge that goes from one landing to another landing, and sung My Way, yeah? I did it, and the nick's supposed to shut at 8 o'clock. Shut, everybody's banged up. 10 o'clock, mate. Screws didn't want to bang everybody up. 10 o'clock, he's still going into one. Singing. He's going in the morning, mate. He ain't going to go by the way he's going, you know what I mean? But he's singing. And it's unbelievable. This is prison for you. He's singing, you know what I mean? And then we had a guy called Lou Swallow, yeah? I don't know, Terry Millman was one of his mate. I mean, you could walk in that nick, yeah? You could walk down, you got Mickey Green, John. You heard Mickey Green? Mickey Green, big drug dealer. Just died, he has. Biggest drug dealer in England. Bigger than Harold Marks, mate. Mickey Green, check it out, mate. Mickey Green was one of the biggest drug dealers ever, right? Anyway, he was like a really good friend of mine, Mickey Green. Nice guy. You meet these people in prison. When you come out, they will look after you. Come and see us and we'll make sure you're okay, yeah? And Terry Millman was one of the ones involved in the dome with a diamond. Remember that? When a diamond at the dome? You remember that? You remember that, yeah? When a diamond at the dome, yeah? At the dome. They went in there across the water, across the Thames, then a diamond, and all the old Billa there. Terry Millman died in the end. He died of an heart attack. But he was mates with a guy called Lou Swallow. But you could walk around that neck, yeah? And you could hear people singing. Yeah, like people on the mouth organ, people on the piano. I couldn't make a piano. People on the guitar, and people painting. Yeah, people in there, fantastic painters. But there's a guy in there called Lou Swallow, yeah? He had hair like a big afro, and he had a little thing on a Sunday morning. Every Sunday morning when I was there, he done it. I was in the kitchen. It's crazy. So you're out there serving the stuff in the hot plate, eggs and cornflakes and bits and pieces, boiled eggs. What you used to do? Put 2 boiled eggs up his ass and hatch them. Every Sunday morning. The same thing. You knew what was happening, you know what I mean? You knew that any minute now he's going to do, oh, Lou, not again, mate. And it hatches his eggs, you know what I mean? And then the nick, like, that nick was the best nick ever you could ever had. And then one day we're down the gym and I thought, fucking hell, what's that? All the lights went out and all of a sudden the smoke, you could see all smoke, yeah? What the fucking hell? What the fuck? And then they let us out the gate the gate to walk through the where the nonces were, and the other side was the wing. And then it was a light. They lit where the chapel. It started from the chapel, yeah. The nick was a light, and we had to go from that there into the visiting room, yeah. A lot was going there. That's where we were going to get moved from there to Wandsworth, to the Scrubs, the Ville, all round England, yeah. And you're sitting there, and then it's bang, crashing and smoking. Everything's barking and booming. We can't get into our cells. We can't go back to our cells to pick up all our belongings. You know, you leave all your things in there that the screws are going to go in that cell. You know, and because the nick set a light, certain part of it didn't. Our wing didn't set a light, but the outskirts of it did, around the middle of the nick. You know, where the hot plates were and all the screws were, and all this went up like a light. Yeah. So you lose all your stuff. You know, you're waiting to go from that nick now to all the nicks, and we went to Wandsworth, yeah. But they didn't have. They had the black Mariahs, the big black motors in them days, where 8 a side or 9 a side, the big black ones, and they couldn't get me in. They couldn't get me in the cubicle because I was massive. I'm near 21 stone. I'm huge. I got arms like I'm massive, right? And they couldn't get me in it, so they put me on the outside on a chair, and chair to a screw, and they cuffed me to it, yeah. So when we got to Wandsworth, I jumped off the bus, and I trod on who? The chief. Fucking joke, isn't it? The number 2 chief, yeah. His name was Dixie, John Dixie, yeah. Well, my brother was his son, mate. So he done me a favour. When I trod on his toe, he didn't know who I was. Well, after about 2 days, I'll get called downstairs. The chief wants to see me. I thought, oh, fucking, what have I done? Goes in there, says, your name Ray Hill? I said, yes, it is, yeah. I know your brother Keith. He's my son's mate. And for that reason, you can't stay here. Because John's here. He's also a screw. Right? He's an electrical engineer, but he's a screw. You got to be shipped out to the Scrubs. Anyway, so I get shipped out to the Scrubs, and from there, I get released. You know, I get released. I come out. I've already met a lot of people, proper people. I don't know if you want to end it here and come back another day.
What year is this? Your release?
I'll get released about 79. Yeah, 79, 70, 78, 79. Yeah.
Yeah, we are getting close to 2 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Is this a good place to stop?
Yeah, because I've got a big part 2. Yeah, I've got a big, because I'm with. I mean, don't put that on it. But I'm with that lot, you know. I mean,
have you got a Charles Bronson story to finish on?
Well, not really. I mean, I said something about Charles Bronson, that I see him in Albany. It wasn't him. Yeah, I made a mistake. I apologise to Charles, through someone else that sees Charlie. Charlie has conversations with him in his prison. I said, I see him mucking about with little kids. It wasn't him, it was someone else. And,
gotcha.
You know, we had a little talk about it, yeah.
Wow, man. That has gone so fast.
Yeah, I know, yeah. But I've got big, there's a big one.
There's a big part 2 coming.
Yeah.
Really appreciate you.
Yeah.
We had a guy come in and talked about San Quentin prison in the 1970s. That was like really fast paced, like what you just said. John
There's
Abbott.
A lot more. I mean,
this is like the UK equivalent of that, basically.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, what they done to me is unbelievable. You know, they tried.
Well, they tortured you.
Yeah, they tried to kill me, mate. They tried to kill me. It's only my strength that got me over it. My mum.
Yeah.
It was my mum really that saved my bacon, because my mum tried to find me. Yeah. My mum was the only one that tried to find me. She kept phoning the prison up. They kept saying he's been moved to another prison. We're not quite sure where it is.
Yeah.
We've got to find him. She gets in touch with the Home Office, say, look, they've moved my son, you know, and it looks like they're going to try and kill him because we don't know what's going on. And and that's why, in the end, I think that they knew that I was going to die. Come on, I'm not 8.5, 9 stone. You know what I mean? From 19 stone to that, you know what I mean?
You said you missed out a bit about your street fighting.
Yeah, that my street fighting started. It started about 79. It started when I come out. It started when I come out about them, because that is what happened.
Yeah.
It come up. the fire happened in 1978. Beginning of 1979, I got released, yeah. And I mean, if you want to carry on, you can carry on.
We'll stop it here. We'll stop it here, yeah, because we've got another guest.
I mean, we've got Lenny McLean, Roy Shaw. It goes on.
Wow.
Yeah, it goes on. Yeah,
right.
It goes on.
All right. So if you've enjoyed this as much as me, please let us know on the comments what you think about it. And we have got the link down there at the top of the description box for Bang Bang Ray Hill, the channel. And I've been checking his videos out. And some of the most watched stuff includes what happens to the chomos, the sex offenders in prison. And it's really, just like what you've heard today, really graphic, hard-hitting, fast-paced stuff. So loads of content on Ray's channel. So let us know. And huge thank you to the subscribers. Subscription logo is in the corner of the screen. Huge thank you to Joe and James coming all the way from Essex to film this day. And for Christian as well. And Christian has his own channel. He arranged this interview today. And we will be putting the link in the description box for Christian's channel as well. He's got quite a variety of true crime interviews on there, including some quite unique guests. And massive thank you.
Thank you very much. You're a gentleman. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what I was going to say, you know, that when I first had the interview a long time ago about me being sexually abused, I said it was for a police officer. Was a police officer that done it?
Yeah.
We now found out. My brother told me they've held it back from me all these years, and told me that it was my mum's brother's wife,
right,
Gladys' brother. He was a paedophile, and I always thought it was a police officer that done it, because you're only kids, you don't really know. But then you find out I went mad at my brother because I'd have killed the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Later on in my life.
Yeah.
But what made it worse that he might have been watching me. You know what I mean? And I didn't know.
Did you want this bit to be kept in the video?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Then. Let's finish it on there.